Guys, it's that time of month. Once again, the PvP chart is here. And remember, it's the time to tell people that your game is better than their game. And if it didn't do dozens of millions a month, then it's end of servicing. We're going to look through some of the things. We're not going through the entirety of the list here. We're going to look at games that are kind of relevant, games that have come out, games that maybe have EOS'd, and the top games in the chart as well. So, without further ado, should we get straight into this one then, guys? So, let's have a look at the trio of EOSs here. Obviously, we see Tribe 9 here. We've known for a long time, Tribe 9 months, that it EOS'd. It shut down like 2 or 3 days ago, I believe, right? Gone. Done now. We got Re-Remento White Shadow is EOSing as well. A game that launched and then did the weirdest global soft launch ever and just basically sent it out to die, which was a shame. It had some positives, but really, it was like a poor man's version of Star Rail, and then they tried to tack a sort of semi-open world onto the game that just really didn't hit, if I'm honest. But yeah, it would have been nice if it was a little bit better. And then we've got Assault Liddy Last Bullet W. I don't even know what the hell that is, but that's EOS'd as well. So let's have a little look up the list then, shall we? We've got Mirror Star Legends, man, it's not looking good, right? 6k, ooh, looks a bit rough, that does there. We've got LP's Fallen Star as well, not looking spectacular there. 90k down to 17k, that is not looking good. Cat Fantasy still seems to be staying alive, although the revenue hasn't looked great for a long time, and nobody's playing Cat Fantasy, really. I know, I'm not ashamed, but, you know, I don't think anybody's really playing that game, and the revenue looks like that as well. Anyway, Goddess Order as well. I don't know why this doesn't say EOS, because this game is end of servicing as well, right? Like, this is another game that just didn't last very long at all, and it's a shame. Like, I'm 99% sure that there was an announcement this is EOSing, right? Guys, you'll have to let me know, but I'm like 99.9% sure this game is gone as well. I'll tell you what, let me just zoom in so you guys can actually see what's going on here. Is that a little bit better? That's a bit better, right? Okay, alright, cool. Let's do that then. So we got Goddess Order here, 50k, Starseed Asnia Trigger, 60k, Girls Frontline 2, 68, Girls Frontline, sorry, 60k, not Girls Frontline 2. Devil May Cry, Peak of Combat, still around. Oh, Overfield, which is like a social MMO kind of gacha game. I've played a little bit of it. It's actually kind of cute and fun. You know, I think it's worth checking out. 120k, which isn't bad for what it is. It's a very small title with what looks like a very small team, and it was kind of like stealth launched actually onto Steam. Worth checking out if you ask me. But 120k, I guess not too shabby for a small game like that on its first month there. Let's have a little look down here, shall we? Anchor Panic, 160k. Summoner's War Rush, 180k. Terror God New World, 200k. Morrimans, 220k. A little bit of a jump from 126 there. I believe they've got a new update out at the moment, right, or coming out. I'm not too sure. I do still plan to play Morrimans. As somebody who's really enjoying CZN, people are like, you should definitely check Morrimans out, so I need to at some point. Let's have a little look up over here then. Echoapocalypse Scarlet Covenant, 270k. Not spectacular there, really. Tower of Fantasy, 359k. They've just had the Warp server launch for global. People don't seem to be raving about it, really, to be fair, which, you know, is a bit of a shame, but, you know, I think Tower of Fantasy has seen its best days a long time ago, right? Let's just hope that they can make some moves with NTE when it drops as well. But yeah, it's not looking spectacular. But you know what? Tower of Fantasy's had terrible numbers for a long time, and it still keeps going, so it shows how inaccurate these numbers are, really, doesn't it? What we got here then, Mobile Suit Gundam, Madoka Magica, Magi Exodera, 680k, down from 1.87 million. That's a big drop right there, that is. That's the one I believe that had, it wasn't like rough for doing rerolls in that game, I believe. Silver and Blood, down from 930 to 755k. They did have a big issue before. Remember what it was? There was like, you'd do a temple and you got basically nothing but SSR units. And then they had to like re-roll everything. It's not a great look, so it's probably not helped with that situation there as well. But still trudging on there as well. Let's move up to Sword of Convalaria, 1.125 million. Just currently had the collaboration event with The Witcher as well, which is actually really cool. This is a game I think it's a really good little game. Definitely worth trying out if you like Final Fantasy Tactics-like games. And they've had some really good collaborations recently. Dungeon Meshi, The Witcher. They're pretty dope if you ask me. Epic 7 as well, down from 3.1 to 1.55 million. Bit of a drop off there, down to number 80, down 33 places. All right, let's continue going. We've got Brown Dust here, down quite a bit from 2.8 to 1.4 as well. Destiny Rising, down to 1.7 also. I actually quite like Destiny Rising. But yeah, these numbers are not looking good for the sort of gacha game it is. It is quite a big gacha game, if that's the right word. You know, it looks like a bit of money's actually put into that game. So I feel like they would probably need to be doing, you know, I would think, you know, they'd want to be looking at like 5 million a month. I would assume. I don't know, really. I'm just pulling that out my arse. Well, seems quite low for a game like that. But hey, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Heaven Burned Red, just shy of 2 million. Okay, AFK Journeyman. What a mental drop off for AFK Journey. I remember when, wasn't it one point doing like 70 million when it first came out? Solo Leveling Arise, numbers are static. Limbus Company, 2 million, down from 2.9 million. Great game. Still need to get back to this. Played the first, the first Kanto, I believe. Had a blast. Like, this is a really good game. It's got really cool characters and a very interesting world. Definitely need to get back to playing this game, and you should check it out as well. Ethereum Restart. Damn. Jeez, what a drop-off. 8.2 million down to 2.1 million. Now, we've got to take into account with some of these games, guys, that do have PC and console versions, right? I'm not specifically speaking about Ethereum Restart here, even though it does have a PC. Is it on console, Ethereum Restart? But like, if it's on what the numbers, let's just say let's triple the numbers for the games that are on console and PC. It's not exactly correct, right? But you know, I think that's best we can do. PGR 2.24 million, up from 940k, so that's had a good month. I don't know what's going on over at PGR there either. Persona 5, 2.5 million, just shy. What we got here, Girls Frontline 2 at 2.6 million, so they've had a good jump from last month, from 1.95. Path to Nowhere having a really good month as well, 2.825 million. That is a pretty good jump there as well. A game as well, the little bit I've played, quite like it as well. Actually, kind of fun. It like gameplay wise, it's just not it's just not as good as Arknights, in my opinion. But it is a good little game, man, with some gorgeous art and kind of interesting story as well. One worth checking out, in my opinion. Wizardry Variants Daphne, 4 million. No move there. Still cool to see that game doing well. I never played it, though, actually. But, you know, here we go. Here's one to take a little focus on here. Stella Sora. 3.8 million last month to 4 million this month. So that's pretty decent, really, actually. Not insane, but I think that's about right for a game like Stella Sora, if I'm honest. I think potentially if Stella Sora maybe made a little bit more effort with the events. I've only played the one event, so maybe things have stepped up. They did admit they would step things up. And maybe, honestly, get some of that main story more VA'd, you know? I think you could probably see that jump up quite a bit. They're going to have issues around the fact of like the whole sheer situation as well. So we'll have to see what happens there. But 4 million is not bad, really. You know, considering, you know, how bad it went down initially with like the gacha rate changes, you know, all that happened. We don't need to go over it again. It's catching up on Blue Archive though, 4.7 million. It's not far off. It's not far off. What we got here then? Azure Lane at 5 million. Summoner's War, 6 million. Reverse 1999. Love to see it again. 6.3 million, or just shy of 6.4 million. Great game. Great game. Deserves every penny it gets, in my opinion. Such an amazing aesthetic and such a fun little game. It is very niche. It's not going to be for everybody, but I absolutely love it. Well worth giving a check out, and that's really good to see it doing well still. We got Bleach Soul Resonance at 8.3 million. I don't know. I don't think there is a... Well, people are playing it on PC, but I think they're playing it through emulators, right? So, 8.3 million for a launch of Bleach Soul Resonance. Okay. I don't know how good it is, but apparently it's kind of fun. People are like kind of comparing it a little bit to ZZZ from what I've heard in terms of the combat and stuff. Like, I don't think it's rewriting the space, but apparently it's just a fun little game, I guess, and 8.3 million's not too shabby for a new launch. And as I say, I believe this is can you get it? I don't think this is available global at the moment, is it? I'm not too sure. But looks like obviously most of the money's coming from CN as well. So, yeah, okay. Let's have a look here. Infinity Nick just shy of 10 million, 9.2 million. Oh, we've got Zenless Zone Zero around about 15 again. I think that was where it was last month, right? It's down one place from 14. 9.8 million there. CZN. Guys, you love to see it. Now, that $10 million there, apparently, I think it's on their, I don't know if it's on their website. It's official, though, as far as I'm aware. $28 million. I think that's from launch. So you got the 10 million there, the 6 million last month. Then take into account people playing on PC. Also, really good to see. A great game that deserves all the success it gets. I hope those numbers continue to grow because for me, awesome game. And I'm really happy to see that it's doing good. This is such a great thing to see. I'm so happy to see Chaos Zero Nightmare doing really well there. So shout out to CZN because this is a really good game. Deserves every penny it gets. Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, 12 million. FGO down to 13. SD Gun. I don't know where this game is still killing it. I don't get it. Like, the bit of play to this game is, I don't know. This sort of money is crazy to me, if I'm honest, because it's just alright, really. I wouldn't even go as far as saying it's alright. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but hey, each to their own at the end of the day, right? We got Wuthering Waves into the top 10 now. It's 18.875 million, which is actually quite good, really, when you think about it. That's not taking into account console and PC, so let's triple that number, right? Let's say, what? 60 million, potentially. And that is quite good when you think about pre-3.0. A lot of people tend to say before big updates, right? And a lot of people were saying Chisa wasn't going to sell very well as well. So, hey, that's good to see, right? We take the piss a little bit on my channel, out of Wua, right? It's from a place of love, though, because I was a day one player, and I like to poke fun at the community because, you know, I think they're funny. But this is good to see. Love to see. I should imagine 3.0 will be a big month for Wuthering Waves as well. We hope so. Anyway, hopefully 3.0 is good. Now we got Naruto Mobile. Genshin Impact to 20 million. Dropped down from 56. What happened last month? I don't really know, if I'm honest. I don't know. But hey, look. Still a machine. But, you know, that's probably the lowest it's been for a while, right? I would think. I can't remember the last couple of months, if I'm honest. But 56 down to 20. Looks bad, but I'm sure it'll be back up there again in no time. We've got Nikkei at 24 million. Great to see. A lot of people absolutely love this game. Uma Musume up to 28 million this month. What happened this month then for Uma Musume, guys? The Uma Musume Pretty Derby players. What's took that rate from 16 to 28 million? So we got 4 games left, and guess what we haven't seen? Boys and girls, guess what we haven't seen? We ain't seen your big boy Arknights, have we? So Arknights is obviously in the top 2, which is fucking great to see, and had a massive month as well because TCG is at $41 million. So Arknights is obviously beat that, which is crazy. We did have what? The Tragodia Altar, Silver Ash Altar, and the Exu Altar, right? So it has been a big month for Arknights, really, across different regions as well. Tactical Cat, actually insane. Silver Ash looks ridiculous. Silver Daddy looks ridiculous as well for me. So it's been a big month for Arknights. So it doesn't surprise me, but it's still massive if it's beat this. We've got Love and Deep Space, Pokemon TCG, and then, okay, so Star Rail is number 1. Jesus, man, Star Rail is just a machine, right? $81 million still. Actually, kind of crazy, man. You know, all I hear is Star Rail's done, you know, Genshin's done, and then they keep printing these numbers, right? It's just cope at the end of the day, isn't he? Hoyo is still the big dog in this space, but oh my days, how cool is it to see Arknights at number 2? 41.55 million. Actually crazy. Like, almost doubling last month's rates as well. As I say, we got the Exalta, we got the Tragodia, and we've got freaking Silver Daddy Altar, right? Am I missing something there? I believe I'm right there, right? I believe I'm right there. So, yeah, we had, you know, a good month in terms of characters, but man, 41.55 million as well. Be really interesting to see where Enfield comes in these charts when it drops. Of course, guys, we know these numbers aren't factual, right? If anything, they're probably much higher than what they are here. We know they're going to be right because this only takes in one platform. But I wouldn't even be surprised if the numbers on these platforms are particularly underestimated. But damn! we got a big month for Arknights, guys. Big month for Arknights. I love to see it, right? Again, I'm a glazer for Arknights, but as a game, just the way the game's ran, right? Let's take the game out of the equation, but just the way the game's run, you know, I think they are kind of a shining light in how they've dealt with the game over the last 6 years. Of course, they've made mistakes, and of course, they'll make more mistakes, right? But again, just like Reverse 1999 for me, just like CZN, my opinion, deserve every single penny. Continually banging out great updates, continually bringing out good characters, fun characters, changing the way to play the game, and just like basically kind of showing a lot of the gacha games how it should be done, right? The Arknights model blueprint, for me, pardon the pun, it really is a great blueprint that a lot of games should follow, and it shows that people to see it as a little chibi tower defense game, absolutely crushing it. Obviously, we know this is going to be huge numbers coming in from CN, which makes sense, right? But still, actually kind of crazy. Love to see these sort of numbers for a game like this, and a game that I have become a massive fan of. It is my favourite gacha game at the moment, and yeah, I think it deserves every penny. But yeah, big month for the Hyperglazers then, guys. Big month for the unemployed, but massive month for the Hyperglazers. Shout out to Hypergryph. Good to see. Love to see. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. There's your list of my company's better than your company, guys. If it matters, it doesn't matter. Just play the games you enjoy at the end of the day. But I must admit, it's really good to see Arknights up there for the culture. For the culture, right? But anyway, guys, let me know what you think down below. If you've enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one. Ta-da!